And I just want to take a moment to speak on what's going on. I mean, I usually don't do this or jump on bandwagons. I'm too busy like fighting for the neighborhood I come from, like just the inner city. But I don't want to feel like I'm speaking on it because it hit close to home. I got family in Orlando, Florida, and Kissimmee, Florida, and I got a brother who's he's known popular in the gay community, and it just so happened that he got sick and he didn't end up going to the club, that was shot up, but his friends did, and I'm sure he got some people that he's praying for. And I'm glad it wasn't my sibling, and I know that's selfish to say, because it can't excuse the 100 or so people that was shot, and what I've seen so far, 50 dead. And all I hear on the radio is what Barack said or what Trump said, and just us as a people. I don't like. We gotta the hell with what these politicians talking about. They're not out here when we're in the line of fire. When we're out here getting shot up. Believe me, they surrounded by security. They'll never be in a situation like us. And I hate to seem biased, but when you look at ISIS on the news, and when you see these people of Middle Eastern descent running around killing up everything, it makes you wonder, like, I don't know what the solution is, but it's definitely not listening to the politicians, because they're not in the line of fire. They're not the ones that's going to be involved in a massacre, a victim of a massacre. They're surrounded by walls and trained, professional security, armed forces, Secret Service. What's going on with us don't apply to them. So stop looking at them for guidance and protection, because most of it's just a publicity stunt. Whoever can say the coolest thing, whoever can win our hearts over in a time of mourning, and as far as these ISIS followers, or most typically people of Middle Eastern descent, I don't know what the solution is. I really don't. I don't know if we should banish them from the country. We should ostracize them. I don't know, because it wouldn't be fair. And I know that seems biased to say, but it wouldn't be fair to the ones who came over here and raised their children and made a living. And I don't know, because typically, generally, their belief system doesn't value human life. That's why they can go up in a club with no fear and shoot up 50 people, or shoot up 30-something people in San Bernardino, and there's so many incidences where they do it, and the Pledge of Allegiance to death to this is crazy. And we as Americans still look to these politicians for answers, and they're not the ones out here suffering. Stop going to them for when we deal with catastrophes like this, or even poverty, because while you poor and while you being shot up, they're rich and they're protected. I promise you that. So they can't relate. They only base their opinions or their little analysis on what they think should be done for the country. And we got to start being the front runners. We out here, we're the ones in danger, So stop going to them for answers. Pick up the phone, call these radio stations, go down to these county courthouses, go to the legislators. We got to fight for this. And this is the first time I ever seen like a blow on the gay community. Like, the gay community was targeted. So I hope that this is a huge wake up for the LGBT community. Like, it's a lot of y'all in this country, and don't go to Barack or Trump, because they don't apply to what just happened. I mean, the community got strong due to unity, so it's going to take unity to get through this. You guys are going to link up and figure out a way to get this heard, and because it's getting crazier, First they it's a whole bunch of massacres going on in the country. You know, I thought that the worst was that Sandy Hook when I seen those little kids get shot up, like, and that made me cry. But this was a whole nother level. This was targeting a community. Like they targeted a gay club, and thank God my family wasn't in there. But like I said, there's no excuse for what happened, and we got to stop going to these politicians looking for help. And I hope, like I said, this is a wake up, not just to the LGBT community, but even to the people of Middle Eastern descent. You got to ask yourself, how long are we going to keep running around being fearful of you guys? You know? It's just this, in a sense, where if the cops went to every urban community and start beating people up and start shooting people, eventually the people are going to react. That's what happened. When you press the people, eventually they'll push back. So how long do you think it's going to take for us Americans to start picking up guns and shooting y'all? So if you got to live here with us, that's something to think about, being of Middle Eastern descent and being stereotyped in that ISIS community. You know, I think that this is an opportunity. I ain't gonna say an opportunity, but this is a chance for you to speak up too. Because sooner or later, we're going to get tired of y'all killing us. And y'all may become the targets. I hate to say that. But how long are you going to keep pressing Americans before we react? Our civil rights and keeping us safe, the right to bear arms, they trying to go to the what is that, the National Rifle Association, all that other crap to try to stop. It ain't going to stop nothing, you know? It ain't got nothing to do with right to bear arms, any civil rights at all. This is a belief system. This is a war on religion. You know, religion was started like to divide the land. Now it makes countries go to war, you know? And their belief system doesn't value human life. You know, it's kids and then now it's gays, and what's next? You know, I don't think we should wait around for what's next. That's a lot of people got killed. I can't even watch the news because it's making my eyes water. It's just something to think about. But stop the hell with the Barack say and Trump say. They're not out here. They're not in the line of fire. They're not in danger like we are. If something's gonna change, we gotta do it. That's all I wanted to say, man. I'm out here and just stay alive. That's how real it is now. When you in the airports, keep your eyes open. When you in the clubs, keep your eyes open. When you dropping your kids off at school, keep your eyes open. I got a kid. We got to be our own security. The hell with the police and these politicians. We got to be our own security. And I'm not telling you to go grip a gun and be threatened. But we got to stick together just like these terrorists stick together. You know? That's how we beat them. And to the people of that aren't terrorists, that are in that of that descent, I think you should speak up too. Because sooner or later, America's going to start reacting. And then your families will be in danger. It's just something to think about. I'll let your boy, Infamous.